Hey YouTube, Velma and I are back out. We are back out at our usual spot, and it is crowded as expected because the season is in full swing. But I do not anticipate having the problems that I had the last time I was out. So, cheers to that. The downside is because of having drained the lake and then the current drought conditions, the view isn't as pleasant or as pretty as it usually is. I'm overlooking a bit of a mud patch and then some water. But that is okay because I am in the garage this weekend because as seems to be the standard this season for me, it is supposed to rain this weekend. So I did bring up the garage instead of the sunroom just to have rain coverage. It is working out just fine. And I was worried about having the garage and not having the view before the rain starts, but my view is currently not even mud, it's just a dirt patch because even the mud has dried out at this point. But yeah, currently just finishing set up. It's pretty much the same setup that I used when I was out last with the garage, except I did not bring the inflatable chair. Let's see, what else? Not too much else really I can think of. You see, I did get a bug zapper, and I brought that out with me because the garage does not have full mesh. There are flying insects that will get in, and because it's not raining yet, they are kind of buzzing around. So this has been my little buddy so far. I would say that is the one of the downsides to this versus the sunroom. Again, no view, but I did make a side panel that does have a mesh window, but again, that is something I would probably utilize when it's not calling for rain. So I did bring it with me, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll put it up, maybe not. But yeah, I will stop rambling and I'm gonna make sure my food doesn't burn up. I'll be back with y'all later when I figure out what I'm going to do with myself with this camp. I think it's gonna be pretty laid back. Probably catch up on some reading. I did download a couple shows and movies on my Kindle to watch after dark. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. So, you can see the lake level. That dock is completely dry. There's somebody walking over there where water usually is. Folks have been having fun riding bikes and whatnots. I don't think I would do that because I didn't want to get stuff caked in mud because we have had a little rain here and there. But yeah, to each their own. You see the ducks and the geese are making the most of the middle where they got the most water. But yeah, so this is why I'm not too terribly upset about being in the garage this weekend. Okay, so help me out here. Y'all see the dirt. What exactly are you expecting to catch? Help me out. Maybe there is an extremely shallow water fish that's out there that they gonna catch. Because if you can flip your pole all the way down to the dirt, I don't think we can catching too much out there, Playboy. Hey YouTube, I'm back. Randomness for the afternoon. I have a pet peeve. I hate sweating right when I get out of the shower. I'm just like, I just got out of the shower. Just got out of the shower. Howsoever, the way the sky is looking, like it's about to storm. So I'd opted, because usually I like to, head over to the bathhouse and shower after the sun is down and it's starting to cool down for the night, so I don't have to deal with the aforementioned sweating right out of the shower. However, the bathhouse, while not far, is not close. And I decided maybe I should go ahead and shower a little bit earlier. And that way I'm not stuck trying to walk all the way over there and all the way back in the rain. So that is what I did. Boy, and I'm happy I did what I did because, in fact, this thunder is starting to roll. So I'm gonna give myself some points for being smart for that one. But that's all I got. Just a little bit of randomness. I know. See how it hold up. So when I was pulling in or backing into my campsite today, I maneuvered and re-maneuvered, centered up, re-centered up, did all kinds of stuff. And I was like, Tamika, you are being too picky about where you set up. But maybe my little OCD tendencies weren't so bad, because this is inside the garage. And then that is what's happening just off to the side, outside the garage. And that water is flowing, making its way down to the lake. So yeah, my OCD tendencies did me a solid. Literally missed it by that much. Wow. Interestingly enough, the ducks and geese have all moved to the dry section in the middle of the lake. I'm in for the evening, and as you can hear, the rain is continuing. So the exception of me talking about it, apparently. I wonder if this qualifies for me to be in competition with some of those Asian campers who apparently seem to only go out in the rain. I don't know. But yeah. I'll tell you what though, this is gonna make for some good sleep. Since we got a break in the rain, just showing the setup, very similar to the last time I was out. Got the garage set up. The dust bowl is now a mud bowl again. Kept it very simple. Well, you know me, I always keep it very simple, so there's no surprise there. Because I didn't know what the weather was going to do and how bad it would get. You saw how the wind kicked up yesterday. I do have a new fan, which is a game changer. But yeah, got some breakfast going right now. We do a breakfast wrap, hand wash station, and the chair. And I'll probably read a bit here in a minute. But yeah, this is the very, very simple setup. What's up, YouTube? I am out taking a bit of a stroll while the weather is permitting, but I had to pop in because I am quite certain I just saw a squirrel fall out of a tree. Now, admittedly, there was some chase action going on, because there was like 5 or 6 of them up there, and one of them just must have mistimed the jump because it went kerplunk and fell. The others didn't seem to be too concerned about the situation, so I'm guessing he all right. Well, it looks like they are taking this drought situation as an opportunity to rebuild the boat. What's the word I'm looking for? Boat storage. So yeah. So this is where when I come down and I bring out my paddleboard, where I usually put in at. But as you can see, very, very dry. The water is usually all the way up to the bottom of that pier. So yeah, it's gonna be a while before everything fills back up. Hey YouTube. So the weather bug updated, and I decided to risk it and go on my usual walkabout. So I'm a good distance away from my site. So if the bottom should so happen to fall out, I'm going to be wet. But that is okay. Needed to get out and enjoy a little bit of nature on the trails. It's a little muggy, but not bad. Because it's overcast, it's keeping it fairly cool, because it did get up a little over 90 yesterday, and it's hovering in the 80s with high humidity today. Works for me. But yeah, not too terrible much going on. I've done some reading, watched a movie on my Kindle, but that's about it. It's gonna be a chill camp. I'm coming to you all from inside Belmont. I am almost certain this is the earliest that I have been inside Belmont when there hadn't been some type of weather that has driven me inside. And that was basically because it wasn't raining. And you know how I feel about putting up wet gear. And since the rain held off most of the day, the garage dried out almost completely. So I was like, you know what? Let's not tempt fate. Let's go ahead and pack this bad boy up before the rain comes in for the evening, because they are calling for storms again tonight. So you know what? Let's go ahead and pack this thing up. So that's what I did. And the flies and the mosquitoes were starting to bite, which again, another sign that the rain is coming. So I went over, took my shower, and now I am inside. And this is where I shall be. Luckily or fortunately, the temperatures aren't that high, so I am actually pretty comfortable inside. The fan is going and it's giving a nice breeze. So I think I'm just gonna read a bit, maybe watch a movie or something on my Kindle, and then I'm gonna call it a night. And then you're ready to get up and do the rest of my pack up in the morning, which will only consist of taking my vent out of the window and disconnecting from shore power. Yeah, it was a fairly lazy camp. I'll call it restorative / lazy. But I am glad I did get a chance to get out and walk the trails for a bit. That's all I got.